It's amazing to think of how when we hear, the government's coming for you, the government's coming for this or that. It's sad that we push it off and we say, well, that's all, conspiracy. But truth be told, they are coming for a lot of your liberties and freedoms. Some of that's done very inconspicuous to make you believe that, just these little inches won't hurt us. We still have this or we still have that. We still have all the opportunities and all the freedoms we've always had. Let's jump into a list of things that we need to pay attention to, because I don't know if we've got the freedoms and liberties that we once had, and I'm hoping we don't keep losing them. Let's try to seek wisdom in all these situations, and hopefully we can make a change. But it's going to take us doing it together, knowing the battles that are in front of us. So let's jump into this list. The government really is coming for you. And that's not clickbait. That is truth. So let's jump into this list, and it starts right now. Hey guys, welcome to the Max. This is going to be a good video. We're going to talk about things that deal with our freedoms and our liberties. And this is a good list because we need to be focused on these things. If we're missing out on what's happening around us, then all of a sudden it's going to take place and we're going to wonder, why didn't we see this? Well, let's see it. So thank you for being here today. If you're new to the channel, go down here, press subscribe, ring the bell, give us a thumbs up or down, but let us know what you think. By you commenting and giving us a thumbs up, it helps us stay in the algorithm to hopefully share our channel across to a lot of people, and hopefully we can gain wisdom together as a community. Also remember, this is the video that we're going to be giving away the legacy food storage, so stay tuned to see if you won. At the very end of this video, we'll go over the name of the winner, and also thank you again for subscribing to our new channel and this channel. It means the world to us. So let's jump into the video today. When I say the government is coming for you, coming for your farm, coming for your homestead, what do I really mean by that? It's not clickbait. Please understand me. Number one, just last week, Jamie Dimon, which is the CEO and president of JP Morgan Chase, said that we're going to have to use more eminent domain, more of those options to take people's land. That's what eminent domain is. We need to take more lands to help with climate emergencies, to maybe put solar farms, to put wind farms. So seizing property for things like that. I personally do not even like easements. I'm one of those people who, I don't want you on my property, but I think that's crazy that one of the biggest banks, and remember, the biggest banks are the biggest players in the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is the biggest loan and lien holder and debt holder of America. So you don't think he's got some power? When you hear people like that saying we need to seize property from Americans that you've worked hard for, that you've paid for, that you don't want them having that land, and it's all because they're going to push this initiative to put more solar, to more wind. Those are good things, but it shouldn't be the government taking it. If the consumers and the capitalists do not want that, then the government does not need to take that to provide. That's not what we're asking for. The market will do what it wants to do based on what the clientele wants. So if we need more solar and wind, I believe we're going to see it, but it's going to be because business owners and local people are pushing for it, not the government pushing it on you. So they're coming for your land and seizing the opportunity. When they throw that kind of stuff out, remember, they're throwing it out so you will kind of gasp and, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. And ultimately, they're going to still do it, and they're going to do it little at a time. Number two, they're coming for your gas and automobiles. You don't believe this. Look at some of the states that are definitely more liberal states and Democratic leaning states. California was a big one, also New York, also some more on the West Coast. You're seeing these states saying, well, we're going to make sure that our automotive providers by 2030, by 2035, that we're not making gas cars anymore. We're going strictly electric. We're looking at alternative options there. What about all the money you've spent on your vehicles and you've worked so hard to pay them off, and now you're not going to be able to get fuel for them, or you can't fix them? I talked to a dealer that I know that deals with cars, and they said before long, the dealerships, you're not going to see cars on the lot anymore. You're going to see all the work move to the body shops and to the quick lube places, the places that change fuels and tires and all that. And you're going to see more parts moved in for EV. You're going to see a maneuvering towards computerized versions of fixing cars. He said it's coming. We're already seeing it. So if you see these states and governments push the car companies to change policy on the true automobile, that means all the money you've spent on all these automobiles, for instance, the trucks that we have, these older trucks that we have, the cars that we've worked so hard to get paid for, now they're saying they may not be allowed in our state anymore. And if you have them, you may not can get fuel for them. And if you do get fuel for them, you're going to pay 100% more than what you should be paying for it. All in the name of changing the thought pattern on sticking to the grid only and getting away from fossil fuels. They're making you make that decision, not the market. They are. So just like number one, they're taking the opportunity to say this is what we need, instead of the market saying, instead of the consumer saying this is what we want. Same thing with this one. They're saying this is the cars you need, this is not the fuel that you need, and the consumers are not saying that. Number two, they're coming for your cars, they're coming for your gas. If you don't believe it, think of the propane move for stoves. People thought I was crazy when I made that video. More and more left-leaning states are moving away from propane stoves. So they're wanting to put you on the grid to heat your home. They're wanting to put you on the grid to cook your food. That could be very dangerous and detrimental, especially when you live in areas where you can't have another way to heat your home, like a fireplace, or another way to cook outdoors or with the open fire. It's gonna put you on the grid. It's not consumer-driven markets like capitalists. It's a more socialistic form of government where it says, this is what we're gonna go for and this is what you've got to do. Number three, they are coming for your food. We've talked about this plenty of times, where they're not gonna have to actually come to your home and take your cow or take your sheep or take your lettuce. They're going to make stipulations on everything you have, such as your cow, such as your pig, such as your lettuce. You're already seeing more GMO barcoded lettuces. Come on, folks, that's crazy. So more manipulated foods. Did you see this week that government came out and said rice and harvesting rice and the way we grow rice could be very detrimental and have a heavy carbon footprint and could hurt our earth? Do you realize, now America, we eat a lot of rice, but do you realize in Asian and Indian cultures, in the worldwide culture, rice is one of the most grown, most consumed grains across the world. Now you're seeing pushing against rice. Well, we've already seen it against meat. We've already seen it against certain other foods. Now rice, one of the biggest staples in everyone's dishes, first world countries and third world countries, rice. But you're gonna see pushing against it. More push away from natural foods you get, the more manipulated GMO foods you get that can be grown by more government-backed things, all these people with global agendas. Again, consumer. Does the consumer want the rice market or the meat market destroyed? I don't think so. Who does? Number four, of course, they're coming for your brass and your self-defense tools. We've seen this in several other countries. We have people that watch our videos from Australia and the UK, and they're saying, you know, we can't have self-defense tools. We can't have firearms. They've already taken those. We see in all these countries where all that's already been done, and you're seeing the push now. Biden came out the other day and said, no one deserves to have certain style rifles. No one deserves to have those kind of weapons. Again, why is it not the consumer's choice to say what we want to spend our money on or not? That is freedom, that is liberty. Why is that such a big deal? Why do they want to control your firearms to self-defense? Is it because they don't want you hunting? Well, it might be a little part of it. That's not the truth. The truth is, if they can control every aspect of all these freedoms and liberties that you once had, then they will control you. So this is a big deal. Defense and taking care of your families should be priority. One of the main priorities as preparedness and homesteading and sustainability. When they take that away, what do you have? A billy club? A bat? How can you protect your family when they're pushing so hard against it? This is not just Democrats, which that's the majority of it. You're starting to see some of these centrist rhinos do the same thing. So what I'm saying is, we have to stand up for freedoms and liberties, and this is a big one that we cannot let falter. Conservatives are very good at pointing fingers and making this big viral moment on TV or Twitter. However, they're not doing anything to actually stop the movement towards all these little pushes. Slowly and surely, they're grabbing these freedoms, and firearms and self-defense is a big one that you're seeing more and more and more regulation on, and more expense on, to where they're gonna take them away from the market based on the little things. Not just one law, but the little things. There's a lot of states already doing it. Get out of those states, because it could be very dangerous for you over time. Boy, oh boy, this next one, of course, they're taking your money. Now, a ton of people do not see this, but just this week, if you've got a great FICO score, which to be honest with you, I could care less because I don't want to borrow money. So my FICO score, I could really care less. But for a lot of people that are borrowing money and dealing with their FICO score, especially when it comes to a mortgage, you're gonna be penalized more because you have a better FICO score, meaning you have done better But now you're going to be penalized because there's other people that's not done better, and you're going to have to cover their discounts that they're going to be getting. That is a socialist mentality, to say that you've worked hard to be smart with money, but now you're going to be penalized because these people were not good with money. If we don't see that they're coming for your money through inflation, through interest, through the cost of living that you're paying, through the fact of retirement, Social Security, you're paying all this money into a system that's got so much regulation, so much tax, so much bait and switch, that you are losing out. You are the one losing, the consumer. So the liberties and freedoms of taking our money, buying what we want with it, taking our money, using it, saving it, putting it up, all that's going to get harder. And the cost of inflation, all of a sudden, if we keep spending like we're doing, and the debt ceiling issue is coming up, and I believe we do not need to raise the debt ceiling. I actually think we need to default, and that would teach our lesson. That would destroy our markets for a little bit, but what it will do is hopefully put us back on a fiscal responsible situation. We've got to hold strong, and conservatives probably won't, but there is no negotiation. We need to quit spending money. But if our country keeps spending money, you're going to see hyperinflation, and you're going to see the fact that those dollars that you've worked so hard for are not buying nearly what you thought they were going to buy. That's what's heartbreaking. This is how they're coming for your money. They're not coming to take it, but they may manipulate it with CBDC. They may charge you more because of interest and fees and penalties, or the fact that inflation is eating it away. Lastly, they're coming for your family. This year, a lot of big business, a lot of these monster businesses that have thrived around families working and earning livings and taking care of their families based on working for those companies. Mom or dad goes to work and works for this company, spends 30, 40, 50 years there to retire to support their family. This year, there's been already countless numbers of Fortune 500 companies come out and say, we're not going to push Father's Day and Mother's Day this year. We believe that's a sensitive issue, so we're not going to honor Father's and Mother's Day. We're not going to have someone call someone yes sir or yes ma'am or no sir and no ma'am. That's a little sensitive. So it's the breakdown of the family. Now, a lot of the problems that we're having in our world deals with morals and values and the breakdown of our family. I believe that. But the reason I want to bring this up at the very end is because if they can destroy the family, all this other stuff won't matter. Because the family unit is what holds us together, what makes us, what is the natural occurrence for life. That's how we provide new life. Mom and dad have baby. And if they can break that and make mom and dad not important anymore, then basically the breakdown of the family and the fact that all you're fighting for, it won't matter anymore. There'll be no basis for you. For instance, I want myself to do well. However, I'm not as important nearly to myself as my children are to me or to my wife. I love my wife, I love my kids, I'll do anything for them. But if I didn't have them, then my dedication and my drive may not be as much as it is now, because I have a family to support and take care of, because I love them. So if we can see the breakdown of the family, we're going to see people not care as much. Then all of a sudden we're going to see the government keep pushing against that, to where then it won't matter if we own a home. It won't matter if the government takes our land. It won't matter if we have to eat these certain foods. It won't matter how we get to where we're going, because we have no drive, we have no passion. There's nothing there for us to say, you know, we want to fight for it. We won't have the freedoms and liberties to raise our family. All that will be for naught. So we don't know what a woman is, we don't know what a man is, we don't know what morals and values are. The breakdown of the family is the one way they can destroy it all. If they can make your thought pattern change on the family, and they can come for the family and destroy that unit, then I believe this other stuff won't even hardly matter. So be careful, they are coming for you. Overall, they're coming for your freedom and your liberty. We need to go back to the point where we build strong men, strong leaders, strong people, strong families. A wife who's supportive of their husband, a husband who loves his wife, kids who respect their mom and dads, kids who understand the value of growing food and seeing what life skills are, and hunting and fishing and gardening and sewing, learning those skills. When we lose all that, then we see a generation just like what we're seeing with Gen Z, where it just doesn't matter anymore. We don't want to drive a car. We don't want a nuclear family. We don't want religion. We don't want church. We don't see any value. Whatever's good for you is good for you, and whatever's good for me is good for me. There's no morals and values. It's just relative. Whatever's relative to you, whatever's relative to me, that's how we're going to live our life. So Is government coming for you? Government has already came for you, and they've already dismantled a lot of these things. Don't let them dismantle it anymore. So it takes you to gain wisdom. Start with your family. Make amends with your children or your spouse or whatever the situation you're living in, and you start building a strong family unit. When you start building a strong family unit, you start learning skills and you start doing things to take care of yourself and being more sustainable. Then you can start on all these aspects to be guided by wisdom and understanding, hey, you know what? We need to fight for our liberties and freedoms again. We need men with backbones. We need women who love their men and who are supportive of them. We need kids who love their parents and respect their parents. At the same time, we need parents showing monster love to our kids because they are growing up in a terrible situation in the world today. Pay attention to what's going on, and that's how we can fix and mold and shape a better world compared to what we got now. It takes us being wise. Thank you so much for watching. I know this was kind of a deep video, but I just wanted to give you my heart today, and hopefully that little rant will just inspire you to do good things today. Love your family, love your kids, and understand that you need to be the strong man, the strong woman that you are, and work hard to make sure that you're doing all you can to change the world. And it starts at your home. Now let's jump into the giveaway, a legacy food storage giveaway, a monster tote of foods, about a $300 something value, and we're gonna be giving it away. Now we're gonna be doing a lot of these. I told you once a month we're gonna be giving away a big prize. It takes you being subscribed to our channel, and this giveaway was we sent you to our new channel, The Max Life. It talks about the behind the scenes footage of all that's going on. My wife, my children are in those videos. We do a lot more farming in those videos, a lot of how-tos. So please go check that out. But whoever subscribed to this channel, subscribed to that channel, said that, hey, enter me in the giveaway, are the ones that were entered in this giveaway. The winner of the Legacy Food Storage, the freeze-dried food from Legacy Food, which again, they're a phenomenal company. Check them out below, is Julie, and I'm gonna probably butcher your last name, Julie Aleph or Julie Aleph. I'm sorry if I butchered your name, but Julie Aleph, I'm gonna put it right here. You are the winner of the Legacy Food Storage. Reach out to us via email on either channel, and we will be glad to get your information and get that sent to you. It is a $300 value that I think you'll be glad to have for prepping, for taking care of your family in a situation, and it helps you on your journey to a prepper's pantry, which I believe everyone should start building, especially now in this world that we live in. Thank you guys for watching. You mean the world to us. Remember, subscribe and comment. Let us know what you think about this video. Subscribe to the new channel, comment, and let us know. We're gonna be giving away a monster seed haul next month, and you need to be looking forward to it because you need to start growing gardens to take care of your family. Guys, thank you for watching. God bless you. Happy homesteading.